Hey guys, let's talk about Zombieland Double Tap. Directed by Ruben Fleischer and starring the entire cast from the first movie, and of course, new additions like Rosario Dawson, Luke Wilson, Zoe Dutch, and a few others. This movie picks up, I believe, 10 years after the events of the first one, and everybody's all grown up trying to settle into their new zombie apocalypse. And Little Rock, being older now, she's turned 18, wants to go out on her own, wants to try and meet new people her own age. Of course, trouble ensues. The group has to go after her, and they learn that they're not the only ones or the only things adapting in this new apocalypse. So, Zombieland 2, Double Tap. And I have to say, a solid sequel. I did not expect this to be that good. I didn't even know before the trailers and all of that dropped. I didn't know they had a sequel in the works for a while. But Zombieland, like the first one, the first movie was definitely a sleeper hit. It seemed like it came out of nowhere. Nobody really knew much about it. And it blew up as one of the best zombie comedies out there, right up there with films like Shaun of the Dead. So, it makes sense that they would drop a sequel. And even though it took 10 years for us to get the sequel, it turned out to be pretty solid. So let's talk about the good stuff. And I'll start by saying those opening credits were hilarious. They did something, of course, like that in the first one. But here, it just seemed more like a video game. It was so over the top and hilarious. And I absolutely loved it. And by opening credits, I mean from the opening credits. And you guys don't, for those of you who've seen it, I don't want to spoil it, but you'll know what I mean. Like I said, the entire original cast is back. And first of all, let's get this out of the way. The MVP, Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson as Tallahassee is absolutely the best thing about this movie. Every line, every bit of dialogue this man delivers is just so funny. He takes what should sometimes sound cheesy and ridiculous, and he just makes it seem just cool. The man is just swag. That's what it is. And I would watch an entire movie just about Tallahassee, just about the adventures of Tallahassee in Zombieland. That's how much I enjoyed Woody Harrelson in this. But everybody's doing their thing, Emma Stone, Jesse Eisenberg, of course, always being Jesse Eisenberg, and the newcomers are where the newcomers actually outshine Jesse and Emma just a little bit, and that's Rosario Dawson as Nevada and Zoe Dutch as Madison. They were my absolute favorites. They really were. Rosario Dawson, she is basically like Tallahassee, and just great chemistry with Woody Harrelson. She is a badass in her own right, and I think she would fit perfectly into this. If they plan on continuing, she would fit perfectly into this. Zoe Dutch is Madison. Now, Madison is a character that I'm guessing some people are just gonna say is straight up annoying. You're gonna say I'm crazy. But the thing about it for me is Madison walked that fine line of so annoying I wanted to see her die, and annoying but funny enough that I wanted to see her live. I thought Zoe nailed it, honestly. Character had me in stitches, and I just wanted to see what else she could get up to, what else she could say, that kind of sort of thing. So I like this new character, I really do, and I liked most of the new additions here. The zombie kills, and of course the zombie kill of the year, expanding on zombie kill of the week. That does feel a little bit almost like a Family Guy cutaway at times, but it works in a good way. It works. It's like I said, it's over the top, and you know what, it's almost believable that in a zombie apocalypse, I mean, people adapt to anything and everything. So it's kind of believable that people would have this weird thing where they would just get word out on these awesome zombie kills, or they would find very inventive, crazy ways to kill these creatures. I liked how they expanded on the zombies, and I'll leave that right there. I won't say more than that. But this for me was a solid sequel. Was it perfect? No, not really. I will say the stuff with Babylon and Little Rock's storyline, Abigail Breslin's storyline, I wasn't so fond of that. Somehow every time it cut back to that stuff, this movie would just go from being this amount of fun to about this amount of fun. The pacing would just drag whenever they had to go talk about it. And then the actual city of Babylon, let's just say, those people, I don't know. I would spoil things if I talk too much about it. But let's just say they were so annoying that I wanted to see them die, because I could not believe what they were about in this world. But okay, fine. Let's just leave that. So yeah, that stuff didn't really work for me. I just felt it affected the pacing, and the storyline itself just didn't feel, and granted, that storyline is actually why everything else is happening, but it would just kind of pop up and then the focus would be on the others. It was really kind of weird. It's almost like Little Rock, or actually Abigail Breslin maybe was working on some other project and she didn't have that much time to shoot. It just did not feel like she was as connected and the group was as much as of a whole. But whatever, maybe because they were making room for new characters. The ending sequence, as cool as most of it was, I don't know, there's over the top and then there's like, come on, really that worked, you know? So yeah, Zombieland is, I mean, it's a ridiculous zombie comedy and you have to accept it as such. It's not meant to be taken like a drama or anything like that, so I had to let that go. But that ending had me like, really. But overall, guys, as sequels go, this was a solid follow-up. I laughed a lot, I smiled a lot, I loved the ridiculous nature of it, and I'm gonna give it a 7, maybe even 7.5 out of 10. And yes, I absolutely do recommend seeing this. It's the month of October. It's my favorite time of the year because I get to binge on horror movies as much as I want. And also, this is a horror comedy. So, you know, if hardcore horror is not your thing, this will definitely make you laugh. And if you enjoyed the first one, I see no reason why you won't enjoy this one. Zombieland 2 Double Tap gets a 7.5 out of 10. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It's very much appreciated. You guys want to subscribe to my channel if you're visiting for the first time, you can click on my face right over there. And of course, if you want to watch past videos, you can do that right there. Click that notification bell. I have to try and remember to keep saying that. Click that notification bell. I try to put out new videos Wednesdays, Thursday for the latest, at least once a week. Once there's something new out there and interesting. And that's it, guys. So until next time, remember, always go for the double tap, and bye-bye.